Hi students, and welcome to your tutorial of the Wild Horseman. Trying to make your music a little more readable on the screen, but just use your sheet music as needed. All right, so the main challenge of this song, in my opinion, is just training your fingers to execute certain gestures where the fingering is critically important, partly because of speed, but partly because of needing effective choices where fingers don't get in each other's way, and repetition, 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 repetition. So what we're going to do is just go through the song line by line, make sure you have all of the information you need, and then your job will be to train those hands, not only in terms of reaching their notes in time and making the shapes they need to make, but also you'll notice there are staccatos and slurs throughout, so you want to make sure you're also achieving that articulation with the final performance. So this song is in 6/8. So when you're looking at this rhythm in the right hand, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the left hand, 1, rest, rest, 3, rest, rest, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, rest. Okay, so you'll get used to reading that way, especially if you do some tapping, some counting right hands separately. So let's actually start by tapping just these first two complete measures with the little pickup here, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, did you hold this quarter note down for the 2 beats? Did you get off the notes when it was time to rest? Let's do it again and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Together, right, right, together, right, right, together, hold, together, together, right, right. All right, when I said hold, I just meant hold that left hand quarter note. All right, good. Let's tap the next 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then we're gonna tap all the way to the bar line. We'll use this pickup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, really important part of the process. All right, now let's go back and look at the notes in the right hand. All right, as you can see, we span up to the top of the treble staff. And so we're going to make sure that you do identify your keys by calling them out. But first, we're just going to do an out-of-time walkthrough of the finger choices. So we start with this E, and then immediately our stretched second finger up to A, back down to E. Now our 4th finger climbs to C, and the thumb comes under. Thumb comes under to play the A. 2nd finger takes over the C. 4th finger on E, 2nd finger on C, F with the 5, then 4, then 2, then 1. All right? Do not change the fingering. Do not overlook the fingering. All right? If you do, you'll find yourself at 80% with this song for a very, very long time, wondering why you can't quite get it finished. All right? Do not ignore the fingering. Even if something feels a little unnatural at the beginning, know that it is the most elegant, effective approach. Now, are there a couple different ways that you could choose to play the song? Probably. And if you have a really good idea, you can suggest it to your teacher, and we can see if it does improve your hand placement or not. But don't just make a short-term decision, okay? And ideally, we would just stick to the same fingering that we're going to go over today. All right, so now we're going to name these notes, and we're going to do it in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E, A, C, E, C, F, E, C, A. All right, were you able to call those out with me? All right, now we're going to play it with the hand position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now notice I went ahead and put my staccatos and my slurs in from the first playthrough. All right, your fingers are gaining muscle memory. You might as well tell them exactly what to do in terms of articulation. Certain dynamics, I think, sometimes can evolve, but in terms of your articulation, whether it's connected or not, I think start it right out of the gate, okay? All right, good. So now let's look at what the left hand's doing in that same section. So as you can see, your left hand is reading off the treble staff for these first two measures. That's going to come and go. But so you have to readjust your mind and recognize that the top note of this harmonic third is middle C. Okay, which makes this A, C, E, another A, C, E, so that's 5, 3, 1, and then we're going to go 5, 2, 1, and back down again. All right, so then we have to play that in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? All right, so then after a lot of repetition with each hand, we're going to put them together. And you're going to notice these hands are very close. So we have to be careful about staying out of each other's way. So now I'm going to play it hands together. You could play either hand along with me, or you can play both hands if you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, many repetitions, please. All right, moving on to the next phrase. So that my right hand ended in this position with my thumb on A, and I need to do a significant movement and get my fourth finger on B. So my fourth finger is going to play a B, then a second finger on G sharp, fifth finger on C, then B, another G sharp, another, or an E, A, E, C, B. Okay, so once I get in this position, it looks like my hand pretty much stays in this position. It's not a 5-finger pattern. My thumb is all the way down on the E. My second finger is on a G sharp, but it does stay pretty steady in that position. So let's call out the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. B, G sharp, C, B, G sharp, E, A, E, C, B. Okay, could you do that? Were you able to do that? If not, practice that first. Now we're going to play it. 1, 2, 3, here we go. All right, very good. So let's take a look at what the left hand's doing. So in the first phrase, my left hand was up here on these treble clef notes, treble staff notes. Now it's not. Now we're down to an E chord, which is exactly what you're kind of breaking up in your right hand. And we're going to play 5, 3, 1 on the E chord. Then similar movement to before, 5, 2, 1. E, A, and C, and then back. Then just the A and C on the next line, and then back to the E chord. So let's do that in time, left hand only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this might be a time to tap it again, to ground yourself. It might be a time to play each hand over and over and over again. I'm going to go ahead and put them together. All right, so here I go for the second phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Now I'm going to play the first two phrases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move. All right. Cool. So now let's take a look and see. Do we get to repeat a pattern here? We sure did up until there, but it's going to get a little different at the end. So please be sure, see how we started with a 4 to a 1 in our first phrase? Make sure you're honoring that 4 to 1 in this phrase. Write it in your music if you're going to forget, because we don't want you to play the phrase with one set of finger numbers the first time and a different set of finger numbers the second time. That is really going to confuse your hands. All right, so now let's take a look and see what's going on in this last measure. So we've just come down, and so our third finger is naturally on that A, thumb is still on the E, second finger still on the F, G sharp. All right, so we're good. Right hand is good. Let's just play that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, E, G sharp, A, rest, and then we would start the same section again. All right, let's look at the left hand. Left hand is playing the same third, but they want us to play 1, 3, and 1, okay, because we have a different movement coming. The first time it was 1 and 2 because we were then sliding down to 1 and 3. Now we're 1 and 3 because we're then sliding and stretching to 2 and 5. So 1 and 3, excuse me, I'm going to say the lower note first. 3 and 1, 5 and 2, 3 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6 is on the next section. All right, together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, good. And then let's just practice getting back to the beginning. So I'm going to play that measure and then the pickup in the first measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. All right, so what happened there was I had to move my 5 and 3 up to A and C, and I needed to make sure my second finger of my right hand was ready to play the A, because I had a third finger on A, so I had to make that adjustment. Okay, so from 3, 1, and 3, I switched to 5, 3, and then my thumb is going to play, and my second finger is ready to go. All right, that gets us back into for the second time. All right, but let's talk about if we were transitioning after the first repeat. So, okay, we played that whole section again. And now let me readjust the music so that we can see what's coming next. All right, so this next time, I don't know if I can get it. Well, we'll just get these two measures, or these two sections, I guess it's sort of 3 measures, this partial measure. we are going to go straight through to this transition. So we have the hands. Then what's going to happen is your left hand is getting ready to play the broken single notes. So it's going to go down to a C, and your right hand is moving to a 1, 2, 4 chord, okay? All right, so just like for you to be aware of that transition. Sorry. All right, that's something that's going to require practice. Your transition back to the beginning and your transition into the new section require a lot of attention. All right, so now let's look at the new section. So again, we've kind of switched roles. Our right hand is now playing the chords and our left hand is playing the movement. All right, so let's look at the right hand. We have C, F, and A. Then we go to just the F and A. Then we move our hands, okay? Now we have to move to a totally new chord. An E, a G, and a C. Now we switch the chord a little bit to an F chord. F, A, C, play the A, play the F, cross over 2 and 4. All right, one more time. Well, let's do it in time, nice and slow. We'll just use this, we'll count a full measure so that we're ready for this pickup when it happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move. 1, 2, 4. Cross. All right. Sorry, when I'm calling things out, I sometimes misspeak, but here we go. Next time. 1, 2. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 and 4. Now move. Again. And cross. All right, there you go. All right, so now let's look at what the left hand is doing. So the left hand is the one with the pickup note. So our pickup note is the C. Then we have F to C, F, then up to the A, still in the same fingering, but then here's where things, I think, get really tricky and really important, and you're going to want to write in a finger number here. You're going to cross over 2, 4, 1. Now your 2 is naturally on that C, but I do not think you want to go to 4 here, because if you go to 4, then the only note left to grab the F is your pinky, and stretching from 4 to 5, going down in a quick motion like that, over a stretch of a third, I think is going to be very difficult to train your hand to do. So my recommendation is we have the 2, 4, 1, 2, and then your 3 takes over, and then your 5. But look, now your second finger has to slide down. It's almost a lift up from the piano. That's very fast. 2, 4, 1, 2, again to the 3, 5, 2, 5, 1, 5, and 2. All right, if you ask me, that's one of the trickiest passages of the whole song. All right, so we've got 5. Actually, we'll do it in time, but just nice and slow. No, we're going to call the letter names out in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C, F, C, F, A, F, A, C, A, D, C, A, F, G, E, A, G, E, C, F, C, A together. Were you able to do that? If not, spend some time just doing that. Make sure you know what notes you're about to play. All right, now here we go, playing it with the right fingering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Here we go. 2, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 2, 5, 1. Together. All right, I held that way too long. Okay, so that's it. Do that many, many, many times. All right, now we're gonna do them at the same time. And again, this might be a good time for you to break it down and just tap it, but I'm gonna go straight into playing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move. 1, 2, 3. And cross. There you go. All right, let's see. Do we get to repeat it? Until to this section here. All right, so let's take a quick look at that. So our right hand had ended the line before in this position, and now we have to move to a new chord. Now it's the same chord that we played at the beginning of the section with our 1, 2, and 4, but we're going to play it with 1, 3, and 5 because we need our fourth finger to move down to the G, and then we need our third finger to play the F. So it'll sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then our pickup. So let's play that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then our left hand landed on C, so we're in the same position that we need to be. F, C, E, F. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F, C, E, F. All right, and then together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So then let's talk about the transition to the next section. So the next section is going to look nice and familiar. It's just like the beginning of the song, but to get there, my right hand has to move thumb to E and make sure it's already stretched and ready to play the A, and my left hand needs to come up to that A and C just below the treble clef. All right, so I think what I'm going to do now is just zoom out. I know the music won't be all that easy to read, but you'll at least know what section I'm in. All right, so we're starting the second section, or I'm sorry, the final section. And let's see where the changes happen. Okay, then we're used to this jump down. It's identical to the first section of the song. Jumping down. 1 and 3, or 3 and 1. All right, it's exactly the same as the beginning. So we really have an A-A-B-A song going on here, right? Because we play section 1, then we repeat it, then we have the alternate section where your left hand is playing the movement, and then we return to the A section. So that's really good news. That means that while you do have some training to do, and you will have some speed to pick up on. You're also going to have some repeated sections where all of that hard work gets repurposed, which is cool. So that's it. There is another recording with the full playthrough when you're ready for that. And good luck and have fun.